What's going on, guys? It's Saucy here with another video, and I figured I'd go ahead and give y'all a little treat for the support y'all showed me on YouTube and on Twitch, which, by the way, thank you guys for subscribing to the YouTube and following me on Twitch. And if you enjoyed this video and you haven't done either of those things, I'd greatly appreciate it if y'all did. But again, thank you guys for supporting me on my college football 25 journey. And since we're so close to 26, I figured I'd drop something like this again. I'm going to be talking about the wing slot weak formation. Sorry, I can't talk. And we're going to be starting off in our depth chart here. Now, if you're not using this playbook or this formation in particular is in a bunch of different playbooks, but preferably you want to get your two fastest receivers on the field. Since you only have two receivers on the field, you want to get as much speed as possible. And I'd strongly recommend having good tight ends too. If you're going to run this, it just makes everything so much easier. So this is the formation right here. Like I said, you got two receivers, then you have two tight ends on the right side over there. So it's also good for run plays because you can overload one side. And I'll show you some things you can do out of that. Starting off right here, if you look, we have motion RPO alert screen and then motion RPO buck alert. The only difference here is that on the buck alert, the left guard or right guard, whatever side you run the play to, is going to pull. So it makes it a really good run play. So we'll call the buck alert here, and we'll just call random defense for time being. So all you're doing with this RPO is you're reading that corner in front of the receiver that is getting the RPO here. So Smith is going to be running the he's just going to look quick for the ball. Evans is typically he doesn't block the corner, so really all you're doing here is reading the cornerback. Sometimes he will block the corner. It's kind of an inconsistent RPO, so definitely be careful when you run this. Just you have time because it takes so long to develop, so just make your read accordingly. Typically, I'm just looking at the cornerback. If the corner bails, then I just hand it off, but if he sits back, I'll throw it. So I could have threw it there, but if he's just kind of sitting right there lurking, I won't throw it. And then the running play behind it is not bad. Now, I won't look as good in practice mode because, practice mode sheds are absolutely insane, but this run play online is actually quite deadly. So again, we're just reading the cornerback here. He sits back, so now we can throw it. And it's just an easy way to pick up some free yards. I wouldn't run this too much because the motion kind of does dictate what play it is. Again, I could have threw it, but better safe than sorry. But you definitely have time. I do like running this to the boundary. That way the ball can get there quicker. Again, I could throw this. I have the numbers, so it's just an easy way to pick up a cheap 5-6 yards. Moving on here. I really like this play right here, this motion PA verticals, and I'll show you a cool setup that you can do out of it. We'll just call random defense. You do kind of want your tight ends, for the most part, when you're calling your passing concepts to be towards the boundary, and you want your two receivers to be field side. Now, one of my favorite setups I like to do out of this is just streak the tight end here, and then put your slot receiver Y on a slant. And that's really all you have to do. So all you're reading here is you're reading the running back. It's going to be a play action pass. You're going to read the running back in the flat. If he's open, just take it and get your free 4 or 5 yards. And then move on to your slant, and then move on to this motion post from the tight end. So running back, we can just take the running back here, make a guy miss. You could turn that into a big play if you make the first guy miss. So again, here's a setup: streak the tight end, slant, slot receiver. Just read running back to slot receiver to tight end post. Again, I have the running back, but I also have this slant coming behind it. Carson Beck absolutely sells the throw. I feel like every time I do a video like this, Carson Beck just sucks. I don't know why. But obviously, you guys can see I had the slant open. And as long as you make the right read, something's always going to be open. I don't know if you guys saw that, but my tight end, every now and then this will happen. It's really annoying. My tight end gets, stuck blocking the defensive end. But 9 times out of 10, that's not happening. I'm going to try to hit the slant or the tight end here. Should have the tight end. Definitely click on and add catch it. Definitely want to click on every time you throw to the tight end post. So again, I have the running back, so I can just take the running back here, maybe make a guy miss. And it's just a really cool setup. Don't have to do too many hot routes, which I like. Everything is kind of bagged up here. I could have threw to the tight end. I just needed half a second longer, and I could have possession, or not possession, caught it, clicked on aggressive, caught it. I'll run it one more time. So I have my running back here, and then I also have the slant coming behind it. As long as you take your time and make the right read, like, something's going to be open. The only thing that kind of gives it a little bit of problems is sometimes man can be a little sticky with it, which in that case, just throw the ball away. You know, don't risk it. So that's going to be your motion PA verticals. And then RPO alert bubble. It's just a good mix in. Again, we'll just call it random. All you're doing is just reading the slot receiver on the left side, and you're just reading the defender in front of him. If the defender stays, throw it. If he plays the bubble, don't throw it. Just play it. Just make a guy miss. Again, these are just like good, quick plays that you can call. Now, I probably shouldn't have threw it here, but it's actually going to work out because my receiver did pick up the safety that was manned up to the slot guy. It's a better RPO than you think it is. Especially if you have numbers like this and get a good block. Easy peasy. Moving on here, we also have some good run plays, which I'll get to in a little bit. I want to show you the smash play. This is really good. Again, we'll call it random defense. So this play right here is pretty good stock. Like, you don't even have to make any hot routes, but if you really want to get like kind of creative with it, just streak X and put RB on a table route or a flat route like this. And then you could also custom stem your tight end up a little bit. I don't really like the spacing between the end route and the drag sometimes. Sometimes they get a little too much together. So if you can just make your setup look like this, you know, you'll have a lot of success. But a lot of things open there. Just take your time and make the read. If you have a takeoff receiver and they're pressing you like this, you could either put a hitch route and just streak him so he doesn't take an outside release. Sometimes he'll get pressed, sometimes he won't. See, I should have the speed advantage over there, but I'm not going to throw it. I'm just going to hit something underneath. I'll hit the tight end again. But just be, like, just pay attention. Like, if they're pressing you and you have a fast receiver, definitely look to go deep first. This time we got the tight end. I mean, not the tight end, the running back on a flat route. And it's just such an easy offense to run. Like, that's why I'm, like, sharing it with you guys, because even if you don't have, like, great defensive reading skills, you can still make this work. Like, you always want to look for the running back first and then move on. You could progress differently. Like, you can read the running back to the corner route right here. So I'll look at RB and then Y. So running back's not there, but I will have the corner this time. And like, you just see how easy it is to just look at one half of the field. This time I got a guy walked up on my takeoff receiver, so I'll look at him first to see if I can get a good release. Which I don't, but I can still throw it. If you have the speed advantage, you can launch these deep balls. Not really sure. I don't know how he kept up with me there. I promise you guys, 9 times out of 10, that's a touchdown. Come on, running back. And it's just super easy to read. I mean, you don't have to do anything crazy. You don't have to make a bunch of hot routes. Moving on, drive is really good. It's pretty similar to the smash play. So I'm not going to cover that. This double post is absolutely filthy. I'll show you why. So instead of having, like, you have a drag from the tight end, which is already tough to stop, but if you look at B, it's like this kind of return route. So, I mean, you can get, like, really creative. I mean, you could just call this play stock. And, like, things come open underneath so much. Like, it's almost impossible to take away both these tight end routes. I mean, that route's just ridiculously good. And then, if you really want to, you could put Y on a deep cross, streak A. And then this could be your look here. So if you don't like what you see from the tight end, you can just move on to the next read. This is a really good setup right here. Take a screenshot or just remember whatever you want to do. I'll look to the tight end first. If they drop back, hit the tight end. If they stay shallow, hit the crosser. I mean, it's really as simple as that. That's what I like about this offense. It's not hot route intensive. You know, I could hit the tight end here, but I also have this crosser. Like, the crosser does good, getting behind zones. And then it's not a saucy ebook / guide without a one play touchdown. So all you're gonna do is streak the tight end here, and you could do different things with this cornerback or this tight end over here. You can put them on a comeback like this, and if you want to run this setup right here, I'm sure this is like good enough. But this should be a lot of zones, and they're blitzing here, so it might be a little dicey. But any kind of zone coverage, this is gonna torch. Like I'll show you. I'll go through all the zone coverages here, and you don't even have to be like on a hash mark, which is the cool thing about it. You can run this from anywhere. I mean, preferably you want your receiver on the wide side, but it's not a big deal. Just put your tight end on a streak. You could put B on a corner. Just stem him up just so you can pull down that outside fourth. Now read the cornerback on that side. If he doesn't play the corner, you could hit him underneath. Like he plays it there. But I'm just showing y'all. It's just an option you can do. But really what we're looking for, as long as we can hit it, is this wide receiver. And that's against cover 4. It's just wide open. So once you're lulling your opponent to sleep and just hitting underneath, you can hit him with that. Let's see, that was cover 4. I'll show you it against cover 3 as well. Just custom sim that corner route up. I think that helps. Make sure you pull out that outside blue. Hopefully we have time to throw this here. Which we don't, but you could see why getting open. The practice mode sheds are just absolutely insane. But works against cover 3. The only thing that like I would steer away from it, or make me steer away from it, is just if they're in man. And then we'll run like cover 2 or something. Amplitude drop. It can get a little dicey versus cover 2. Because it's a match defense, and cover 2 is just kind of hard to bomb in general. Unless you're calling like... It's not hard to bomb, but like if you're calling like my stock touchdown plays, cover 2 can kind of shut it down. Right here, we'll have it. Plus Carson Beck sells the throw. But you see how that deep half over there can like give us some problems. Also, if you look to, like, don't be scared. Like, even though you're calling a one-play touchdown, like, don't be scared to read this tight end on a corner route. Like, you can have him a lot of times. So just because I'm saying, like, this is a one-play touchdown, like, you're still making reads. You know, if you see something open, like, don't be scared to hit it. I'll try to hit the touchdown, though. You just might have to pass lead it down just away from that deep half. That's one of my favorite touchdown bombs this year. Like, this is just an all-around good playbook. Like, there's just so many things you could do. Like, you got this mesh right here. So if they're like blitzing you heavy, just streak X, block your running back. Obviously, you get your mesh spot here. Very simple, generic. I didn't throw anything because obviously you guys can see that things are open. You can just block your running back if they're blitzing. It's really good against zones. You guys know what mesh spot is, I'm sure. Getting into the run plays here. Here's another reason I really like this defensive or offensive playbook. If you look, obviously we have 2 tight ends loaded on one side, so it's really easy to, like, if you want to send a guy in motion and try to get a numbers advantage, like, it's really easy to do. Now it's going to be hard to do it in practice mode, but I promise you in game it's a lot easier. Because you're not going to get like crazy sheds like that online. But you're easily picking up like 5-6 yards of carry. And you don't even have to take it outside. Like if you really want to take it like up the middle, you can too. But overloading a side like that, it just makes running the ball a lot easier. Just because you got so many numbers on the left side that if the defense doesn't account for it, like it's just tough to stop and shoot a gap. And you don't even have to send a guy in motion like this. I just do it just because it just gives me an extra blocker. But if you're good at like reading holes, you have good ball carrier vision. It's really good. Really good running formation. This isn't even the only good run play. That's base. Inside zone is good. Like this is just your standard inside zone. Again, you don't even have to motion anybody over. Like it blocks pretty well as is. So I mean, if you really need 4 or 5 yards, or if you've been passing a lot and you just want to catch them off guard with a run, these runs really aren't bad. They might not look as great in practice mode, but I promise you guys, you're gonna have more success online. You can do something like this. You can send a guy out in motion just to lighten up the box a little bit too. 53. Should have made a better block there. I don't know why he picked that guy up. Oh, if he wasn't in the way, I could have scored. But you guys get the point. And you can move this tight end out too. Give him a look like this. This is an interesting look. We hold our blocks here. I'm on Heisman, so take that for what it's worth. You can read holes. You can pick up some good yards. Oh, anything? Oh, this PA dagger. I'll show y'all one last play. This is another good play here. If they're blitzing you, this is good because you can just block your running back here. That way you have 6 blockers and you have 2 tight ends. So if you have like a defensive end coming in free, they still got to go around the tight ends, which buys you a little bit more time. All you got to do here is just read the drag and then read the in route. You don't even need to make hot routes. Right here, the tight end drag's open. Like I said, it's really important. Just take your time and make the reads. It's very easy to like want to quick throw stuff. But if you just take your time, like you'll see stuff come open. It's just such an easy offense to run, man. Like I just love it. Easy reads. And it's just really hard to stop. Look how easy that is. Like you can literally just like once you get good and practice this offense, you can autopilot this shit and like score so many points. I don't know how he dropped that. But it's really good. Like that end route versus man just absolutely fries. You can even get some blockers on the edge after you catch it. But I think that's about it. Did I miss any plays? All goes not bad. You can do some cool things out of that. But you guys can get creative with this too. Like this is just kind of standard, like how I would run the offense. I'm sure you guys can get more creative with the route concepts and whatnot. But it's not a hot route intensive offense. A lot of the stuff you can quick snap. There's good run plays. There's good RPOs. And you can block so many blitzes because you have 2 tight ends. So you could still block a tight end and still run some really good route concepts. So you're able to block blitzes and you're able to still pass the ball and run the ball. Just a very underrated formation. Give it a try. Go to practice mode and practice it. Wing slot week. It's in, I think, 18 different playbooks. You'll have to look it up. Or actually, I'll put it in the description of what all playbooks it's in. But give it a try. Let me know how you guys think it is. It's just a really good mix-in or a good added formation to go along with the rest of this loaded playbook. But if you can just get a couple of these formations just mastered along with this wing slot weak formation, you guys are going to be absolutely unstoppable on offense with this playbook. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, hit the notification bell. I would greatly appreciate it. And that's going to be it for me, y'all. I will see y'all in the next one.